Welcome to One Rake at a Time. I'm your host, Art Jones, and today we're out at Three Sisters Springs cleaning up some Lyngbya algae. This is part of Save Our Waters Week, and this is part of our contribution to Save Our Waters Week and cleaning up the Lyngbya algae out of Three Sisters Springs, because Three Sisters Springs is an absolutely beautiful springs. We were out here last year. We did 3 weekends cleaning it up, and the wonderful news is that it's still pretty clean, but there are some large patches of algae that have returned, and so we're hitting that and we're getting it ready for the manatee season. You'll see behind me people raking the Lyngbya into kayaks and canoes. You'll see divers behind me, and they're diving down deep into the spring vents. Behind me is the middle sister there, and they're actually hand raking the Lyngbya into what we call seine bags. Some people call them onion bags, and loading those up with the Lyngbya and making sure that those spring vents don't get all clogged up. So it's a wonderful effort today. We had a little bit of rain today, but our hardy volunteers showed out, and it's just amazing at the people that do show up. And every time we have a cleanup, it's just absolutely amazing, and we're going to get a lot of Lyngbya out of here today.
Well, and I've noticed a tremendous difference. I have not been able to get in here because we do have limited access, but I can see a real difference from last year in the fact that it's really held up and how much cleaner it is this year, and so have other folks who've not been back here for a while. So it's making a difference. It's making a big difference, and especially in beautiful, small, protected areas like this. You can see the difference overall.
Yeah, it really is amazing. In the now this is the beginning of our third year, we've pulled out over 1,450 tons of Lyngbya out of the Kings Bay area, including Three Sisters Springs. Last year we took out about 9 tons of Lyngbya out of here, and this year with this group of people we may be taking out another 2 or 3 tons. So it's pretty amazing.
The public participation has always been there. It's growing, and growing. And in the springtime, we have some groups from up north, some small colleges who come out here for one of their spring projects, and they've done a tremendous job over at Hunter Springs and so forth. Yes, and Duke Energy was out here just a few weeks ago. So certainly, community involvement is growing all the time, and we appreciate that. It's getting bigger and bigger, and with through your good facilities and what you've provided for us, why it's making a real difference to the community and to everyone here. Right. There's always something for everyone to do, whether you're 17 or 70 or older, and certainly we appreciate that, but we love these strong backs and strong arms to do the heavy lifting, certainly. And there's always some other things that folks my age can do that are not as strenuous. So once again, if you want to participate, there's something here where you can contribute to what we're doing.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing is Mike Crouch here he's the president-elect of the Kings Bay Rotary, so he's going to be carrying the mantle forward for this project next year, aren't you?
Absolutely, and as I like to tell folks when they ask about the Lyngbya, because certainly the community is behind it and they want to know more about it all the time. I get questions constantly, is that this is one of the many things that we do here in Citrus County to make it a better place for everyone to live. But it's a project certainly that is first and foremost, and we're going to support it along with all the other things that we do with other worthwhile organizations. Yeah. So we're behind it, and we're going to continue supporting it and supporting the community, and with the community support, it'll continue to make a huge difference, once again, to our biggest resource, clean water, clean beaches, and ecotourism.
Yeah, exactly. This has kind of become the signature project for the Kings Bay Rotary, and we've also partnered now very closely with the Save Crystal River Group, another very important group of stakeholders here on Kings Bay, and there are several of them out here working today, and they're working to raise funds, and it's just amazing to see more and more groups. We partner with the Crystal River Rotary. We were just down talking to the Homosassa River Rotary last Thursday, and they're looking to start a One Rake at a Time project down there. It was very exciting. The Rotary clubs down in Hernando have started One Rake at a Time project with cleaning up Weeki Wachee. So next thing, we just have to get the Sugar Mill Woods Rotary going, and adopt Chazawiska, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And as Art said, it's been our signature project, and as we're able to raise funds locally here, and then we get matching grant monies, certainly from other organizations who have the same goals that we have, that's really enabled us to do an even bigger job. And Art may talk about the mechanized, removal of Lingbia but that's been a huge, huge thing also. But once again, it takes public funds, and we're getting those with matching grants.
Yep. And we're working on that. We're getting more permits coming in the future so that we can add some mechanical muscle to our volunteer muscle here and really get this bay cleaned up. We're determined to do it. So Art Jones with One Rake at a Time. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. And behind me, we're at the main Three Sister Springs. This is what's known as the Big Sister. And if I can get the cameraman to come forward slowly and look down in that water there, you can see that there's a big cylindrical spring there, sort of like a cone that goes down, and you can see some trees have fallen down into there. And that becomes a problem sometimes because as more trees and things fall down into that spring, the spring that used to be 30 feet deep is then only 28 feet deep, and then it's only 25 feet deep. So we're very concerned about all of the debris that's ending up down into the springs. And there's another tree over at the Middle Sister that we've got plans to remove soon. U.S. Fish and Wildlife has got a crew hopefully coming down from Swanee to remove some of those trees, and we'd like to talk to them about getting some of these out also. But other than that, you can see that you've got white sand at Three Sisters, still absolutely beautiful. We cleaned this all up a lot last year, and a lot of it has stayed clean. We're out there today. We're mainly concentrating on the Middle Sister today because she seems to have the biggest algae problem. So we've got about 20 or 30 volunteers over there now working, and I just want to say thank you again to everybody out in the community that comes out and helps. Thanks to our friends with the Save Crystal River Group, to the friends in the Kings Bay Rotary, friends in the Crystal River Rotary, our friends at Duke Energy, the YMCA, just so many groups that have come out and helped. It's just absolutely beautiful to see so many people step up to the plate. And today I've got Carl, say your last name for me.
LaFollette.
LaFollette. What a great last
Carl
name.
with a K.
Carl with a K. And Carl is one of the wonderful people in the community that actually showed up today on his own to help feed our volunteers out here cleaning Three Sister Springs. And Carl, I just wanted to say thank you very much.
No problem.
And ask you what motivates you to come out and help us today?
Well, I grew up here. I've been here since '76, and this was our domain. We used to love Three Sisters back in the day, and now that you rarely get a chance to come out here, hopefully they're going to be opening it up, at certain events. But everybody that's down here is doing something good for the neighborhood, the community, and that's the most important thing. Volunteering, helping out, and everything like that. That's what's going to keep the springs alive and clear for generations to come.
Yeah. Have you noticed that we cleaned this out last year and we got a lot of Lyngby out of there, and it looks pretty good today, doesn't it?
Yeah, I went out with a touring company, the local manatee touring company, and beautiful. I loved it. And when I heard you were coming back, and the weather was really coming, it's really coming around for us, and it's just a great day. Come on out anytime that Art's having a cleanup. It's just a great time, and as many times as I can be here with the taco joint, I'll be glad to be here.
Yeah, and thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
One rake at a time.
All right. There's a lot of trees that have fallen down into Three Sisters, and you can see they're just covered with Lingbia. And so we try to get it out of there, because what happens with the tree limbs, if left unattended, the Lingbia gathers, and next thing you know, it just clogs up the whole spring, and you'd have no room for anything else to grow. The sunlight can't penetrate through the Lingbia and allow the good beneficial stuff to grow. So we're just taking out the obvious branches that are in the way there, helping the U.S. Fish and Wildlife keep the springs clean here for the community and everyone to enjoy, including the manatees. So it's a big project. It was a very successful day today. We got a lot of rain earlier, but we had a great group of people come out and work. Just amazing at how much got done. You can see this, what is that, the second trailer there? So it's just amazing how much we're pulling out of there still. John, thanks a lot for coming out today. Can you tell us who came out with you today?
Yeah, it's the Clardy Law Firm. Our whole office came out. So this is our second year for doing this. So just shut down the office, and everybody gets to come out and get their feet a little wet and help make the springs a prettier place to come visit and enjoy. So
Yeah.
we sure love it over here. So we're happy to do it.
Yeah, it's a great bonding experience for the whole community to get out
It
there
is.
working and take good care of our springs.
We wouldn't be doing this without you. So at first you hear Art out there talking about it, and it's like, what is that really going to do? And then you see it in action, and
Yeah.
it sure is inspiring. So
Yeah. It's
keep up the good work.
Oh, well, thank you very much for giving your crew the day off and for coming all out here.
We'll be here again. So
I always say it's a beautiful thing when you see what comes out, you know that's no longer in our springs.
you got it.
It's amazing.
You got it.
Yeah, we're just finishing up today here at Three Sisters Springs with the cleanup. And you can see behind me the trailer there is full of a lot of debris and Lingbia and a couple of the trees that had fallen into the springs. We didn't want them going down into the deep spring vents. So I'm so proud of all the volunteers that came out and helped today. It was just amazing, everybody getting together. So once again, I want to thank everybody that did come out today. Special thanks go out to the Save Crystal River Group, John Colarity's law firm, the Kings Bay Rotary, the Crystal River Rotary, Homosassa Springs Rotary, Inverness Rotary was here, and all our wonderful community volunteers. And thanking WYKE for coming out and filming this for you. So this is Art Jones with One Rake at a Time, signing off from now. So stay tuned and we'll be back. Thank you.